Hi, this video is about an instructional video on how to put together and how to use the TechDry fluid damp course system. Well, the fluid damp course system essentially is two parts. There's the applicator kit, which is all the applicators to deliver the damp course fluid to the brickwork, and then there's the actual damp course fluid as well. Now, basically when you order your fluid damp course system, two things you just need to work out. Number one is, how much fluid do I need? Well, to give you an idea is you need to calculate how many lineal metres of brickwork that you need to treat. So how you do that is, for instance, if you've got a 3 metre wall, it's a single brick wall, well then you've got 3 lineal metres. If you've got 3 metres of double brick wall, well essentially you've got 6 lineal metres. And what you do is you times that by 1.5. So that would be 3 metres times 1.5, and that gives you the amount of litres that you need, or whether it's 6 lineal metres, you times that by 1.5. And that lets you know how many litres that you do need. We supply our damp course fluid in 5 litres and 20 litre drums. Once you've done that, you just need to work out what size applicator kit that you need to deliver the fluid to the brickwork. This is the small applicator kit, which allows you to treat 3 metres at a time. So once the fluid's drained in, you pull them out and you do your next 3 metres and you work your way along. Or we have a larger one which allows you to treat 13 lineal metres at a time for bigger installations, or you're needing to get the job done really quick. All right, well, once we've got your fluid and you've got your damp course, your applicator kit, the next thing is to work out, where do I put my damp course? Now, to give you a typical illustration, we get a lot of people that have got a situation where they've got an older home, they've got timber floors, it's usually double brick, and basically what you do in that situation is that you've got to treat each course of brick separately. So if it's a double brick wall, you've got to treat the inside wall, and then you've got to treat the outside wall to cover the full thickness of the wall. So with the inside part of the wall, basically what you need to do is you essentially got to remove the skirting board. Now once you remove the skirting board, what you're looking to do is find the first mortar line above that timber floor. So your timber floor might be just running across here. When you remove the skirting board, you might find the first mortar line is about 20 or 30 mil above the timber floor. That's fine. But that's the mortar line in which you want to drill your hole down into that brick. So you'll drill down below the floor level of that brick course. It might be a full brick above. That's fine. Your timber floor might be down here. Well, it's that course, that first brick, that first mortar line that you want to start to use to drill down into. So basically what you do is you want to drill a 10 millimetre diameter hole. So using a 10 millimetre masonry bit, and you're wanting to drill at a 45-degree angle, and you're wanting to end up in the middle of the brick at the end, and you want to be about 10 mil from the bottom of the brick. It's essentially the type of hole that you want to drill. Once you've drilled those holes, and you're drilling those holes every 120 mils apart, so that works out at around 2 holes per brick. Okay. Once all those holes are drilled, a very important step is to make sure that we remove all the dust and vacuum the dust out of those holes. So you want to get your vacuum cleaner. A little trick that you might want to do is just to grab one of these nozzles in your applicator kit and maybe make the hole a little bit bigger, tape it on, and then insert that into the holes and suck all that dust out of there. Alright, so once that's happened, then you need to open up your applicator kit. Now your applicator kit comes with 30 cartridges, or 30 applicators to do 3 metres. It comes with a jug to pour your damp course fluid in. It comes with all your nozzles. It comes with some O-rings to help seal, which I'll show you how to use those in just a moment. It comes with some nylon tubing, which is another type of seal that we use to make sure there's no leaks. A tap to tap your 20 litre drum if you bought a 20 litre drum. Of course your instructions, so they're quite detailed to cover off any questions that you may have on there. Also, we've included with the instructions just a short brochure on post-wall treatment. And basically with rising damp, oftentimes these homes are replastered, or they're rendered on the inside. Once you put your damp course in, basically the wall will begin to dry out. And oftentimes with rising damp, it damages all the render and plaster. You need to re-render and plaster. So there's just some helpful information there on what you do in terms of dealing and how to go about replastering and redoing the walls once you put your damp course system in. So make sure you give that a read as well. Alright, so we've drilled our holes, we've vacuumed them out. the next step is to start installing and start putting in our applicators. So what you do is you grab one of the cartridges. First thing you need to do is we need to cut the end off to allow the fluid to drain through. So just grab a Stanley knife and we just cut that off there like that. Then you grab your bag of O-rings. And what we do here is you place one of these O-rings over the end here, just like that. We grab one of these nozzles and we screw that on the end. Once we've done that, then basically what you do is you want to grab your nylon tubing. Now with your nylon tubing you want to cut about 4 centimetres off with a pair of side cutters. Just like that. And then what you do is you insert that nylon tubing about halfway into that hole. And essentially what that's designed to do is that it's very hard. This is a hard nozzle, hard plastic, and you've got hard masonry, so we need something soft to be able to bind and to help make that watertight. So what we do is we insert the cartridge into the hole, into the nylon tubing. Just give that a good little wriggle to make it nice and tight there. And it just hangs out of the wall there like that at a 45-degree angle. Once you've installed all 30 of those like that, the next step is to grab your jug and to pour 150 mils of Tectri damp course fluid into your jug. Now once you've done that, what you might want to do is just pour in 50 mils first, and just to see if there's any leaks, and make sure everything's fine, and then you can top it up a bit more. But you're wanting to put about 150 mils into each cartridge. You go along and fill those up. And basically what happens is that fluid now gravity feed begins to then penetrate into this brick course. And just depending, it does vary on how long that takes, depending on how porous the bricks are. So if it's a sandstock brick, it won't take very long at all. But it will begin to penetrate in and saturate that whole course of brickwork. If it's a harder brick, it could be a few hours for that to penetrate through. But eventually it will penetrate through and leave a silicon polymer right through that's permanently bonded to that masonry wall, to that brickwork. Once those cartridges are empty, simply all you do is remove them, and you go on and you do your next 3 metres, or if you've got a large applicator kit, you go along and you do your next 13 lineal metres. Now what you do, basically once you've done the inside course, then you need to obviously do the outside as well, and you do that at the same level as well. One of the questions we get sometimes is, what do you do with the holes? Well, it's up to you on the inside. You might want to just put the skirting board straight back over. Obviously on the outside, why we start at the mortar line is 2 reasons. Number one, it's easier to drill your 45-degree angle hole starting there than on the face of the brick. But also with your hole there, you might want to just mix up a little bit of mortar and just plug those holes along there on the outside, and you'll never know that they were there since you started there on that mortar line. So look, that's basically a summary or a bit of a demonstration on how you install the Tectri fluid system. Thanks for watching.